Student, good morning. Today we are going to see a new poem that is Keeping Quiet, written by Pablo Neruda. So, do you think we need to keep quiet sometimes? Yes, it is very much necessary because if we don't keep quiet, if we go on speaking, so it creates so many bad effects or it creates barrier for us. So let's see first about the poet Pablo Neruda. Pablo Neruda, his birth is 1904 and his death was 1973, is the pen name of Neftali Ricardo Reyes Basolto, who was born in the town of Parral in Chile. Neruda's poems are full of easily understood image which make them no less beautiful. That means we can say that Pablo Neruda, the poet, is very much peace lover. Okay, now let us directly come to the poem. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. Here the poet Pablo Neruda says that, say, I am going to count till 1 to 12 and you all have to be quiet, you have to be still. Then we will experience what happens when we keep silence. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Poet says, let us for 1 second or 1 moment, let us all we keep quiet and not use any language. Then let's experience what happens. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. Here arms means two things. One is our hand and second arm means the weapons. So he tells us not to do any activity. We will be still or we will inactive or we will not use any weapons. That means it is in the sense of war. So if we keep silence for 1 second, we all keep quiet, let us experience what happens. Further, it would be an exhausting moment without rush, without engine. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. So Pablo Neruda tells us, so if we keep quiet, so certainly we are going to stand still or stay still. There won't be any rush. And if there is no engine, for example, if there is no engine, then the train will not move. That means the train will be also at the one place, it will be still. Then we would all be together in a sudden stillness. When we keep quiet for a second or for a moment, we all are going to experience something great. The poet means that way. Fishermen, then further what he says, let's see. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales. Yes. If the fishermen, they are quiet for a moment or they sit still, they are not going to do any activity. That means they are not going for fishing. And if they don't go for the fishing, certainly they are not going to harm whales or the other fish. And the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. And one more example is given that if the salt gatherers, when the person work in the salt field, their hands are always hurt. So if they stop working in the salt, they are not going to hurt their hands also. So here Pablo Neruda has given us two examples. One is fishermen and second is salt gatherers. So if they sit still or be calm, they are not going to harm anything. That means they are going to get a very good experience. Now let's see further. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire. Now he talks about the wars, that is green wars. Green wars means that denotes deforestation. So if we sit still, if we sit quiet, we are not going to do any activity. That means the trees are also going to be not cut, or deforestation will be stopped. Second, wars with gas, wars with fire. That means it is talked about the wars between different countries. If we sit still, if we keep quiet, certainly there will be no wars. There will be totally silence. There will be totally calm. Victory with no survivors would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers. That means if there is no war, green war, yeah, if there is no gas war, fire war, there won't be any enmity. We all will be friends. We all will be brothers and sisters. The whole world will be like one family. The poet wants to tell that way. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. The poet tells us furthermore that I tell you to be quiet, be calm. That means I don't mean that you sit idle. That means you have to not to be idle or not go on sitting or wasting time, but you have to be still and calm. With total inactivity, life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. Yes, if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence. Yes, he talks about that the wars, when the wars take place, there will be many dead bodies of the armies, and the dead bodies will be taken by trucks and trucks. So he doesn't want that way. Who? The poet Pablo Neruda. He doesn't want any war. Then he wants perfect silence. Yes, might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of their threatening ourselves with death. Yes, if we are sitting quiet or if we are keeping quiet, there won't be any problem or any threat of death. We will be safe and sound because there is no enemies for us in the world. We all will be like one family. And this takes place due to this means, I mean that these wars and these things takes place, or the people don't sit quiet or silent, or they don't keep quiet. That means all people have hurry. They have to complete so many things. They have the threat or they have the fear of death. That's why they work and they think that before my death I should complete these things, and that's why this happened. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Yes, so first of all, when we are calm, we are quiet, we will think that everything is like dead, but it seems like dead, but it will be very calm and quiet, and it will be very benefited to us. Now I shall count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Okay. Then again the Pablo Neruda, the poet says, again I will count 1 to 12 and you be quiet and he will go. Means he uses the particular 12 number. Why? Because in the watch also we can see that 1 to 12 numbers are given. And one more thing, that is months. If we say there are 12 months. That's why he has, that means poet has used the particular number 12. So this way the poet says that you keep quiet, means if you keep quiet, you will have so many benefits and you will have so many good experiences. Because if you don't keep quiet, if you use language, and always the language creates barriers, and due to this all the problems come out. And nowadays we can see that because of language or because of not keeping quiet, there are so many wars going on at present. So this poem tells us to be quiet, sit still and keeping quiet. So hereafter we can just take a message, we can get the message or moral that sometimes it is good to be quiet. It will benefit us and we will have some very good experiences. Okay.